Welcome back to another segment of The Cool Down. This segment is based off of episode 4 with Ryan Balan. Mike, what did you think of that conversation?
I thought it was interesting to hear some of Ryan's stories. One in particular, I think, not so much a story, but him referring to his mentality of never giving up. And I think that really came through in his story of playing from the time he was young all the way until the time that he got back into coaching, that he just never really gave up. And he always found a way to do what he wanted to do or needed to do, and felt that that was a great mentality to have along the way. And him picking that up at an early age was probably instrumental in helping him get to where he got to.
Yeah, I liked that he was really confident in himself, that he was able to listen to naysayers but not take it too seriously, where that could really discourage someone from trying harder or fulfilling their dream. And he even says, he didn't make it to where he wanted to, but for a good chunk of time, he was playing ball around the world. So, there's a lot of success there. And if he had listened to people who said, you're not good enough, or, you think that you're better than you are, then he could have just given it up and then gone a completely different route. So him being able to say that I have no regrets, basically saying I did everything that I could, I laid everything out, I got to where I got to, and I think that's the story that a lot of us need to be able to say is, what could have happened, what should have happened. You never know, but if you've done everything in your power, that's all you can do.
Yeah, and I think getting stuck on that part of making it and what that definition is to a lot of people. And a lot of people, that definition is getting paid to do what you love to do, or getting to the top professional league. And maybe that is making it in some regards, but I think in other regards, doing a lot and experiencing a lot along at such an early time, especially in Ryan's life. But anybody, when you're going through that, you're getting a full experience across a lot of different things, living in a different country, learning a different language, being around in a country that has a completely different culture, that sort of stuff. I think that really, to me, in a sense, that's making it. That's really becoming the person that you likely are going to be, what you're meant to be, and the person that you're going to become. And I think that was really kind of interesting, because Ryan's such an interesting guy that even those types of experiences still kept him grounded and kept him humbled and kept him really focused on what he wanted to do. And he didn't seem fazed by where he was or the size of things. It just seemed that this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and this is how I'm going to do it. And that was really interesting to hear.
Yeah, and then taking that into his coaching philosophy now, he's got so many things to pull from in order to be really influential with kids. So having these worldly experiences and being able to tap into, I really liked what he said about we're all just doing the same thing. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. We're looking for someone to love us, to care for us, and that human connection, to be able to realize that at such a young age is a lot of wisdom that can carry you forward. So maybe when you're thinking about something that might not be going well in your life, and you might think that the world is coming to an end, but if you've got someone that cares about you and someone that loves you, then ultimately that's the human experience right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And that seems to come across in what he's talking about and how he's coaching guys too, and his experiences, and seeing the stuff that he's done with running camps through his academy, and then coaching a youth baseball team. I think it's really cool to see how he's bringing a lot of that experience and that knowledge and that human side of it, and not just, the kids aren't just robots. They're not out there doing the same stuff. They're not working just as athletes. They're becoming athletes, but they're also becoming good people, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the topics that Ryan brought up are really interesting to continue this conversation. So if you had some insight from listening to Ryan and I chat and just some of the things that Mike and I are talking about right now, we'd love to hear what you think and how Ryan's story can impact the way that you might be working with kids. Maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a parent, maybe you're an athlete that's listening to it themselves, and you can dig in a little bit deeper, find that grit that Ryan had in order to overcome some struggle, and just see how far you can take it. So let us know what you think. Thanks, Mike, for joining me on another episode of The Cool Down, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
See ya.